All right. Well, good morning, dear ones. We are SOTU, and this is SOTUesday for the 20th day of June in 2017. And where are we? 2 days away from the.
One day.
1 day away from the energy of the summer solstice. And it's getting hot out there, isn't it? in oh so many ways. So, we would like to speak to you today a little bit about identity. During our interviews that we generally do once every 2 weeks with Dr. Schatz, we have been touching on various different subjects, and we're not really given enough time yesterday to address the dynamics of how important the movement into identity is. The movement into that place where you are an individual, where you claim to be an individual responsible for the dynamics of one's reality. And as you begin to do that, as you begin that incremental journey into responsibility, incremental journey into understanding, incremental journey into wisdom, you begin to see that there are patterns that develop and that have existed in your lives. Those of you that are older, that are this one's age, can recognize the repetitive patterns. But for those of you who are younger, we would suggest to you that those that we would, if we were in your position and we knew what we knew now, and were your age, we would say to you, stop for a moment and question what your underlying desire for emotional fulfillment is. And as you begin to identify that dynamic, you will realize that each of you has individual desires. Each of you has individual goals. And certainly the dynamic is, yes, there are certain similarities between all of you, but in fact, the truth of the matter is that you are individuals and you do retain that dynamic, more than retain, but you have claimed that dynamic of individuation. So, in that identity, from that place of identity, from that place of I am, sacred I am, it is where you are, where I am connected with the divine, with those beliefs that there is more than just who you are incarnated in the physical body. And as you begin to take responsibility and realize that ultimately you get to the point where you're taking full responsibility for the projection of your reality, and you wind up and you can create your dreams coming true even while others are choosing to create a nightmare for themselves. But it begins with a firm enough identity, a willingness to stand on who you are, the courage to make mistakes, the courage to be wrong in the pursuit of what is right, the willingness to make a commitment to a cause. Maybe it's only a step in a direction, but those levels of commitment build throughout one's lifetime. One learns through the dynamics of wisdom and experience. If you do not allow yourself to have experiences, if the only experiences that you allow yourself are through these little screens, through the dynamics of electronics, then you are going to be missing out on the, what shall we say, the full spectrum of the human experience. And that spectrum of that human experience is going to lead you to points of wisdom and understanding and even mastery of your reality. And we do mean your collective reality. For everything that has been happening in your world has been leading you to believe that you are stupid and you need to be led. But you are not. And in fact, the human potential is boundless. As you begin to reconnect and from that place of identity, from that place of I am, What is the commonality between the dynamics of all incarnated humans right now? Well, it is that you are all divine beings manifested in a physical body. You are all spirit having a physical experience. And that dynamic is what you came here to do. To awaken from the slumber of chaos. To awaken from the slumber of a journey that has taken 250,000 years. The movement from the dynamic of collective awareness, a collective consciousness, into the consciousness of full individuation has taken 250,000 years in this civilization, in this dynamic, in this presentation of intelligent humanity on the planet Earth, of which you are the 6th. Right? So, understand, the dynamics of consciousness would say to you that you are at a point of awareness in your individual and therefore collective awareness. Remember the duality. That is going to allow you, so many of you, to ride the crest of a wave of change that you have been longing for within the dynamics of your heart, but which your world, your external world, has been telling you is impossible. And yet, as you awaken that dynamic of your true connection with each other, as you awaken that dynamic of your heart, you will find that you are of one species. That no matter what this shell, physical shell that you are wearing, you are in fact one. And you are in fact, at the same time, the paradox is, you are an individual. Therefore, the statement, you create your reality 100%, and simultaneously, you are doing a great dance of co-creation with each other, with Mother Nature, and with all that is. We love you all so very, very much. We are SOTU, and this is SOTUesday for the 20th day of June in 2017. Hold on. We love you. Till next time, we close.